Good afternoon, and thank you for all coming here. Unfortunately, it's for an extremely tragic event. Approximately 9:45 a.m. this morning, our dispatch center received a call for service regarding an unresponsive child laying in the roadway in the 3300 block of 59th Street near the Seawall. Our officers responded. Patrol officers responded to the scene. The child had signs of life. Galveston Fire Department and Galveston EMS responded quickly, beginning life-saving treatment very quickly in hopes of reviving the child. The child was then transported to University of Texas Medical Branch Trauma Center here on the island. A short time later, unfortunately, the child was declared deceased there at the trauma center. The child is confirmed to be approximately 17-month-old female. A suspect in this case has been developed and detained shortly after the death of the child. Galveston patrol officers and our detectives were out searching for any clues that could bring this case some justice, and developed a suspect in the case. The suspect was then brought to the Galveston Police Department and interviewed, and further information was developed that will lead to charges for the offense of capital murder at some point this evening. Right now, the suspect is in custody for municipal warrants and has been booked in. Notification has not been made to the family of the child, and we are working tirelessly to achieve that. And once we do, we will be able to provide names of the child and the suspect at that time. That's about what we have right now. I would like to thank the partnership that we have with the Galveston County District Attorney's Office and First Assistant Kayla Allen. She has been on scene with us throughout the morning, working hand in hand with our detectives and as well as our patrol officers. And I'd also like to thank the Galveston Fire Department and Galveston EMS for doing all they could to give this child the best chance it could have to survive. and also our first responders, our officers that responded to the scene. It's tragic for everyone involved. No one ever wants to make this call. No first responder ever wants to respond to the scene of a child who is an infant that is so injured that they may not make it. And my heart goes out to all those involved, goes out to the families involved, and I'm so thankful that the men and women of the Galveston Police Department have worked diligently to bring this to a close so quickly. Yes, sir.
Chief, when you said that the suspect was in custody, is the suspect of any relation to the little girl who had died? And if so, the direct relationship, is it father, mother, aunt, uncle? Can you release some of that info now?
And I understand the need and the desire to want that information right now. Until family members can be notified, I think that we would be doing a disservice to them and the child.
But not considered next of kin.
That's why I'm asking, because you said the family has
You have
been
to notify,
notified.
so would it be
That would tend to lead that the suspect may not be related. That's the reason.
I think I have to stand by my answer there, and just think I have to stand by my answer on that one. I'm sorry. We will have that information for you probably sometime in the early evening. Once the men and women are upstairs working hard to get all of the paperwork done for the capital murder charge. And as soon as that is done, and as soon as we have made contact, then we can release that information.
What particularly leads you to the suspect?
We had developed some information and witness information that led us to the location of the suspect, and the suspect was not on scene and wasn't a great distance away, but was not close to the scene.
Chief, do they know what the child had exposure or some other type of trauma?
The child perished from bodily harm, from trauma, and this was definitely not a natural death.
Is it, to that end, and I know there's a lot you can't say probably right now, was the child thrown from the car, thrown from a car, thrown over the hedges? There was an eyewitness on scene who I know talked to police, said they thought they saw something being tossed over the hedges. That's why I'm asking that. Thrown from a car, is there kind of how that trauma came about? Was it on that scene or somewhere else and then left?
I believe there's trauma that occurred on the scene, and then there is also trauma from a fall.
Chief, you said the suspect was being held on municipal warrants, so they're residents of Galveston?
I don't have firsthand knowledge of that, so I can't answer respectfully, and I apologize for that. We will have something out early evening, and I'm saying evening loosely. We hope it's faster than that, but I think we will have everything wrapped up by approximately, hopefully by 8 p.m. this
Can
evening.
you say that the suspect is going to be cooperative with this meeting?
The suspect is not cooperative.
Male or female on the suspect?
No comment just yet, yes.
How quickly afterwards were you able to find the suspect? Was it within an hour, a couple hours, just recently before this press conference?
I believe information regarding a possible suspect, a person of interest, was developed fairly quickly, within the hour of the child being transported. And the suspect was at the Galveston Police Department within 2 hours of our call for service.
Arrested or came in on their own?
Taken into custody.
Was the child kidnapped, or how he was or she was with this baby?
No, the child was not kidnapped. The child was in care, custody, and control of an adult who had the authority to have the child.
Just to kind of clarify some things on the scene there, obviously crime scene investigators are taking photos of everything around. There was a shopping cart right across the area where the child was found, pink blanket. Were those directly connected at all to this child's death?
When we respond to a death, we always take extra precaution because we're trying to determine the cause of death. And in this case, and especially in an outdoor scene, I think that you have to take the precautions. Everything you see is possibly evidence, and you need to do everything that you can to determine what is and what is not evidence. So it's really hard to speculate on what is evidence out there. We have our crime scene investigators doing their job to collect and document any and everything that's on scene.
You said the person was found not far from the scene. Hotel, a restaurant, grocery store.
Parking lot of a restaurant west of the scene, west of 61st Street.
And when you were on scene earlier today, you pointed that the child was found in the road more toward the Kroger side, which would be, I guess, the east side of the roadway. Is that still pretty accurate for the information you had at the time?
I wasn't there, and so I can't really speculate. I was told a general area, and I believe that that's where the child was found. It could have been in either the southbound or northbound lane, and I'm really unsure.
Can you tell us the nature of the injuries? You said she died from her injuries. What were the nature of the injuries?
There was a fall involved, and there are other injuries, but I think it would take a great deal of speculation for me to say with any certainty exactly what caused those injuries. We have an idea, but we just don't know yet until the medical examiner does their job and does the autopsy. But we believe, we know there's trauma, say that.
Where are you getting there's a fall? I mean, is that something like the hospital said? Is it consistent with the fall, or did you develop other information that falls?
That is part of the investigation, and we know that to be true.
Far fall? Do you know?
Significant. Significant.
Any indication that in this particular case, that the child was part of either a CPS investigation before police had been called out at any agency to the household or anything like that before this incident today?
I don't believe that to be the case. If that is the case, I have not been notified of that.
Do we know how long the child was out there before first responders showed up?
I don't know. I do not believe it was very long. I believe that the child did not lay in the roadway very long. And I think based on the child still being alive at the time, it probably wasn't very long.
So the person that called the police may have seen the abandonment and then called, or came across the child and then called?
They are a witness in the investigation, and that's really all I can say at this point.
Were you all able to obtain any security video that helped you?
We're canvassing and looking for video, and I'm told that there are videos that exist that assisted with the investigation, which is what led us very quickly to developing a person of interest and bringing some resolution to the case so quickly. Anyone else?
Kevin, is there anything you wish to say on this, about how your office will handle this?
No, we just, as he said, we've accepted charges of capital murder. We're not going to address any of the facts at this point. We're in the process of, like he said, that paperwork, but I do want to thank the Galveston Police Department, who did an amazing job of responding very quickly and taking all the information that they learned and putting it together to build a case very quickly of this magnitude. So,
The DA's office has a specialized VA especially for child crimes, correct?
we have people who handle, yes, child abuse cases.
Will that be handled by that division, or will it be something that goes up into your office?
It will be, we're not sure who's going to handle it just yet. It's very early in that process.
And just so people understand the timeline, this suspect will go to PC court sometime this evening or tomorrow, or when does that happen?
I'm not really sure when they will be brought into court with the case.
The municipal warrants, about what in terms of traffic tickets, DWIs, failure to appears.
And I don't have a specific charge. It will be related directly to a city ordinance of some type, which I understand leads credibility to making the assumption that they're from Galveston or local, but I simply don't have that information, or I would tell you.
I mean, it's a Galveston County municipal.
Could very well be, but we get 8.2 million visitors a year, and some of those go home with tickets. And so that's a lot of speculation as well. If you'll be patient with us, sometime early evening, we will have names for you to report, and that's about the best we can do at this point. But thank you all for being here. Are there any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Early on the investigation, but you mentioned a lot of trauma. Is there a
The investigation has not led us to believe that that has occurred. Anyone else? Thank you.